Sophia, it's Joe Master Lee.
And Lulu.
Today, Lulu, we're gonna follow up with the whole Thanos versus JRO rap battle with the behind-the-scenes footage.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's the first time we were gonna watch behind the scenes.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know they made these, but ERB actually has a second channel, ERB2, and they post up all sorts of cool stuff from behind-the-scenes footage to everything, actually. Everything about, that they don't want to post onto their main channel. So I am curious to see how much effort they put into this, because I don't think most people appreciate just how much work goes into every nuance and detail. Like, even when we're filming, right? We're very time efficient with the way we make our videos, which means oftentimes we're thinking about, well, how do we cut corners to make sure at least a video gets out on time? Especially with reaction videos, time means everything. You can tell with ERB, they finesse over every single detail. It's a lot of effort. And I'm curious to see if it's a big crew or if it's literally just two guys doing this.
Wow. Nothing else, just two of them.
It's two guys that have become known for making these, but at this point, given how many views and how many millions of followers they have, my sense is they probably have a mini crew of people, at least camera person and probably an editor that helps out.
Right. All right, let's do it.
Let's see. And away we go.
You better lose yourself to the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go.
No one's gonna be able to unsee that now.
And action.
Welcome to the behind the scenes of Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer. I think everybody knows who Thanos is. The big, purple, ugly villain.
The head is just too big for the body. It just looks so weird.
I didn't know who it was really until I started seeing the suggestion a lot.
J. Robert Oppenheimer was the head dude of the Manhattan Project, which is a word that I, for some reason, have trouble saying. It was the secret project set up to develop a weapon using nuclear fission. It was in the 1930s. Two German dudes, actually, discovered that a uranium atom could be split. And the legend has it that J. Robert Oppenheimer, as soon as he heard that, because he was a nuclear theoretical physicist, as soon as he heard that they did it with uranium, he said, oh my God, they can make a bomb out of this. Or, oh my God, we're going to make a bomb out of this.
The nuclear bomb, the atom bomb, the bomb that, in all intents and purposes, ended World War II. It got dropped on Hiroshima and then Nagasaki.
That's gotta be heavy, man. I killed a bug, like a spider, the other day, and I still feel a little bit bad about it. But he was on the other side of the toilet seat, so he had to go.
You want to talk about death? How about the one that looked at you and swiped left? I'm the destroyer of worlds. You got your nuts handed to you by a squirrel girl.
Merry Christmas, kids! We got some new ERB swag. If you want to get some, we got some pins and some cool wristbands like this and some t-shirts and stuff. If you want to check them out, they're at erbmerch.com.
You want to be as swole as old Thanos? Get yourself a Thanos t-shirt.
Buy them, give them as Christmas gifts. Take a picture of yourself. Hashtag Epic Rap Battles of History, because I want to see them.
You can get a discount for the holidays, thanks to good old Thanos. Thano-ho-hos.
Man, I burned the Avengers down to embers, sent half your planet to be slaughtered.
Now I'm off in Oppenheimer like I did to my daughter.
This is another beat by Epistra, who also made the beat on Joker versus Pennywise. Let's look at these cellos real quick, because I think these are really nice sounding.
So they do hire professional musicians then to create the beats.
So there's these 4 track elements that make up these cellos. We've got this one. This one.
God, I've always been so impressed with people who create music. I find it already so daunting making video editing, but man, music editing, it's just a whole nother level.
And they come together.
Look at the crew, babe.
They got a big crew.
10 degrees.
They're like,
Makes sense.
It's like
Some
making
people had
a
meat.
movie.
Some people had vegetarian dishes. All the air conditioning just got really noisy, so my whispering joke probably is not gonna work that well.
So as we were working on the character of J. Robert Oppenheimer, one thing we wanted to make sure to convey in the physical performance out of Pete is how haunted he was by his own creation. Those are my dogs, and they're haunting me!
It was based on our
So they are the main
version of J.
two
Robert
who started
Oppenheimer that we
this
wanted to
video,
portray, which
this
is
channel?
that one where he's talking about, I have become death.
Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
That interview on TV is so creepy and so haunted.
It is
And I
really
watched
creepy.
a lot of documentaries about a lot of people who worked on the Manhattan Project. And everybody has that same look. It's like this, I've seen and done things that I can't regret, but I'll never be able to forget. You know, it's like this deep sadness. And so that felt like the way to do Oppenheimer. And I think one of the things that we pin down on deep sadness is that even when they are gonna look at you, they're not looking at you. And then for the effect of a rap battle, every once in a while, we just look at you. That was just something we decided to do with this guy.
Listening to
They
you
nailed that
took
creepy
everything I
factor
have
so
left.
well.
Yeah.
After your raps, I am become deaf.
It takes two. It takes two 9-volt batteries.
Alright, pull that out of the fire alarm.
Yeah, do the fire alarm.
This is the Thanos glove. We did modify it by gluing it onto this lacrosse glove.
The fingers, when we first got them, before Morgan got his hands on them, were originally too long for me to be able to like make a fist. So it was just kind of like flappy like that.
So Morgan, our Streamy Award nominated costume designer,
No. Streamy Award winner!
Wow, I didn't even know there was a award you could win for costumes.
Like in YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah.
Wow.
he took off the gauntlet pieces that were here and kind of added his own here.
It's super important for Thanos to be able to make a fist and grip and actually snap and have him do it in a natural way. So we had to make those adjustments.
These are just any sports store you should be able to buy, or UnderArmour.com, I assume, or
UnderArmour.com. Do we got a sponsor yet? What's up?
UnderArmour.com. We're going to butcher your product in order to make our product.
Yeah.
But the really cool part about the glove is that it lit up.
Hey! That is kind of cool.
That is very cool.
The shit was fresh.
With a character like Thanos and the limitations we had based on his face, and just his body, that giant muscly body, it doesn't move quickly. It's gonna look weird. So we decided to use a Steadicam.
Cut.
Now we've done this maybe 6 times in the past. You used it a lot in Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. We used Steadicam behind Stanley Kubrick when he's tricycling down the hallway. I know we used it for Deadpool and Boba Fett. We used it a lot in season 5. We were spending other people's money in season 5. We used it a lot.
So we had to bring in our Steadicam operator, Jose.
My name's Jose Babcock. I was the Steadicam operator today. This allows you to move the camera smoothly.
Oh, they gotta hire someone specific just to be able to do that kind of shot.
Right. Crazy, baby.
I'm just using a
This
handheld
is-
gimbal.
Cool, but it's certainly challenging. I've done it a couple times before. Usually in the rap battles,
Holy
it's like
cow.
I'm looking right at the lens and like that's where I'm rapping. But when it's a Steadicam, he's like walking around you and stuff, but you're still supposed to look like you're looking at the camera that way or at the character this way. So you have this guy like moving around you, you know, and you're not supposed to look at him. So it's like this weird like capoeira camera dance. But what it does is it gives really long shots, a lot of movement, and you can move in and out. That way you don't have to cut back and forth so much.
Got a physical when I'm rapping, 6 infinity gems when I'm packing. Stick your tiny nuclear dick back into your pants, Dr. Manhattan.
So the backgrounds. Let me tell you the background on this battle, son. So the background for Oppenheimer, we really modeled after the Trinity explosion footage. So it's this dusty red atomic cloud kind of feel. Almost like Book of Eli. For those of you a little bit older, Night of the Comet, perhaps.
Very Book of
It's like
Eli.
a red kind of dusty everywhere. And we wanted to use that sped up footage of the trees going over in a sped up kind of way and use these things that like flashbacks. Now I gotta give a shout out to Josh and Javi and Pete, but Josh particularly on this battle has just been busting ass on these backgrounds. I'll like go to the studio at like 9:30 at night to like pick something up, and he'd just be there still like tweaking on this thing. So shout out to those guys.
I started working with ERB in season 5. I started as an assistant editor, and the first graphics thing that I did was in Thomas Jefferson versus Frederick Douglass with I'm So Down with Revolutions. I invented the swivel chair, and then I did the map in Alexander the Great versus Ivan the Terrible. And then ever since then, I just did more and more and more. So we don't normally do a lot of BTS for post-production, usually because we're deep in the edit and we don't pick up a camera, but I wanted to go over one effect. So this would be an example of the kind of effect that we hope people don't notice. So right here, you'll see for this line, we really liked this guy's face, but this guy, he's got his hands up at the bottom of the frame, and that was like a nice little detail that this guy's missing. And his shoulders go up, so his hands are going up, it's just you can't see his fingers. All right, so in order to get the hands coming up from the bottom of the frame, the first thing that we need to do is have the fingers as an asset alone. So I'm gonna film myself with green screen material over me and hopefully try to get my fingers to look like Pete's hands.
Wow, that's a finesse of a detail that's
crazy.
I don't know if I would
So
have
what I
actually
ended up
noticed.
actually doing was using 2 different takes for each hand, and then I had to change the size, and then I did a lumetri color to match the
like
skin
baby
color,
hands.
and then I blurred it a little bit because it was in
you
the foreground,
increased
so
the
it'd be a little
size.
bit blurry, and matched the timing so that the fingers came up at the right time. Okay, so here's the final product.
That's a lot.
For literally a 1 second shot.
It's super fast,
I know.
super subtle, and I don't think anyone's gonna notice, but it does make the shot better, so I'm glad we did it.
Anyone who believes that Thanos did nothing wrong, crap, has obviously never heard you rap.
I get caught up doing that too, but after 2 or 3 for video, I said, that's it, no more, I can't, because you...
Wasting time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I'm not going to get out videos in
The
time.
last battle of the decade. That's crazy. We're gonna be back in 2020. I don't know exactly when. We call this like 6.1.
It's been a whirlwind of a year, 2019. Season 6, it wouldn't have been possible without you who watch these ERB2 videos. It wouldn't have been possible without Patreon. Thanks for watching and checking out what we do. Battles are gonna come back in 2020. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have.
Thank you guys very much. You're the
that
best
Team of
fans.
10?
Thanks to Ross, our editor, for the
That's
behind
one
the
thing I
scenes.
really
Shout out
thought
to
they
Ross.
did well
Thanks,
with
bro.
J. Robert Oppenheimer. They used a kind of modulation to his voice, almost made it sound like the old school recordings. Yeah, and it really just added the creep factor up. Wow, they just nailed every detail about it. There's something I just never would have ever thought of even.
Right. You know, I'm just curious if they're both actors who just wanted to.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to be making your own videos like this, aren't you an actor? I mean, aren't we somewhat actors when we're doing skits and stuff like that?
Professional, before they even started doing the YouTube, you know, doing acting.
Most actors don't go to YouTube until, well, now when YouTube is so big and people like Will Smith come in. Most YouTubers are trying to Jones to become actors and realize the future is on YouTube. So, no, Ludette, I don't think that's the way it works. That being said, I don't think something like this would ever taken off in Hollywood. The whole point of something like this is that you can come up with your own crazy idea and allow you do you and apply as much effort and time and love you want into the work, and that's it. That's your thing.
Right. This is so cool. I'm so impressed how everything just looks like you're creating a movie, creating music, everything. Jeez.
Well, it is. It's a rap video.
Is.
It's basically a music video. It's a kind of production that I would equate it to making a music video. And in a music video, every type of role that you can think of is needed that is similar to making a movie. It's just that it's 5 minutes long. All right. I'm inspired to go and edit some awesome stuff.